Okay, this video is a quick little tutorial on merging plugins in XEdit, in this case FO4Edit for Fallout 4. This mostly goes out to Morrowind3, who asked on the Change Player Height mod thread on the Nexus how to combine the effects of this Change Player Height mod and the Unique Player Race mod. You're going to open up FO4Edit first, and in this case I've got Player Height and Unique Player checked and ready to load in. You can usually just do your whole load order. It's not a big deal. In fact, I recommend it. But I'm going to limit what I'm doing here just so everybody doesn't have to see everything that I've got. I have also, for demonstration purposes, ticked off 3 different weapon mods that affect leveled lists so that I can do a sort of double-pronged tutorial here and people can see how to merge some weapon mods as well to make them play nicely together. Okay, got all the mods that we want involved checked, and I'm going to say, okay, load it. And we wait for we get the message that it is done, because if you do things before it's done, you can have issues. All right, finished. I'm going to left click on player height, and it's going to open up the mod. The only actions or edits it has are in the non-player character section under player. Red definitely means there's a conflict there, so I'm going to click this entry, and sure enough, we've got some things going on. Here's where your skin suit is at and stuff like that. There's several different ways to do this, but the easiest way, in my opinion, and the one I'm going to demonstrate, is we're going to simply right-click on one of this and say copy as override into, and it says, yeah, you're about to do some stuff, and we're sure we're going to change stuff. And we're going to click New File, and we're going to call this Conflict Winner. You can call it anything you absolutely want. In my personal load order, I call mine Last Word, and it's where I've got all of my changes that I want to be in effect no matter what I do. And it says, yes, okay, you're going to have to make sure that this new plugin is mastered to Fallout 4, because it just does. That's where the initial entry comes from. That's okay. Alright, now you see we've got a 4th mod here, and as long as this one loads after these others, all of the changes that you put here are going to take precedence. So we're going to just left click and drag to copy that right there. Yes, we're going to have to add Unique Player as a master because that is an entry that comes from Unique Player. Not a big deal. Okay, there's your bodysuit. I'm not sure what this entry is from Player Height, but we'll go ahead and copy that over. Good. This right here is where it's telling you your player's height. That's right. Okay. But yeah, you're essentially looking for anything that changes color. That usually indicates a conflict or an override. And I don't see anything else in this entry. And in fact, it tells you it's green, which means there were conflicts, but there is no conflict anymore. Everything that needs to be resolved has been, pretty much. Actually, if you want to click information, you can get a list of what the different colors mean and exactly what they indicate. But I'm not going to go into that right now. This is just a quick tutorial. Alright, next we're going into the entry for the player. We're going to look for conflicts again, or anything that's different. And usually I flag itself by color. Yep, here we go again, okay. We're going to copy this as an override into our Conflict Winner mod as well. Just like that. And you'll notice when you do a copy as override, whatever you choose to override is whatever becomes that version that goes into this area here. So we're going to compare to this one now to make sure that all the changes from that are also included. Okay, we want it to be 95 if you're using it with the short player. That means you're going to have 95% of the height of a normal person. And I'm not sure what exactly these are. This might be to change the camera and character generation. I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and use that as well. Make sure those are copied over, and they are. And that seems to be it. Okay, now let's check Unique Player just to make sure. No conflicts here. No, oh, look at that. There's a conflict there. But you know what? We took care of that already. Same thing here. And I don't think there's any conflicts there. No, okay. That's it for the player mods. With weapon mods, it's a little bit different. You're going to look under leveled lists, okay? So let's look at, the Mac 11 mod and go into leveled item. All right. We see a conflict here. It's red. And sure enough, the Mac 11 mod and the P99 mod both edit the same list. Here's the Mac 11 trying to add stuff to Raider weapons, And the P99 mod is doing the same thing. So the process is the same. We're going to right click on either one of them and say copy as override into, and we're going to go to our conflict winner, or you could even make a new file and call this one weapon conflict winner. And yes, it's going to have the Mac 11 mod as a master because we added a value from it. Alright. We're not going to worry too much about these numbers right here. This is the chance of something not happening. We're just going to leave those with the values here that are in there. Alright, here's a conflict area. The Mac 11's changes have been added to the list. Alright, we're going to click and drag P11 stuff to the list now too. Great. And now, whenever your game accesses the Raider weapons list, it'll have both of these items as an option in that list to randomly generate something. If it's green, we already know that means no conflict because Northern Mod is trying to edit those records. Okay, that's good, that's good. Weapon specialty in vendors. Oh, look at that. Alright, just to be different, we'll copy as an override from this side once. Not a big deal. Weapon conflict winner. And we're going to take the changes from this mod and add it there. Great. And no change. Yep, okay. Copy as override into our weapon conflict winner. Not a big deal. Yes, we have to add the USP45 because that's another mod that edits this list. Great. Good, good, good. Okay, USP45. Let's look at the leveled item lists. Alright, no conflict here because we already took care of those entries when it came from that mod. And the P99. Let's look for leveled list edits. Oh, here's one. P99. What do you know? Sure enough, look at that. And the weapon conflict winner has it. Okay, why is that showing up red? Well, it's because of these little edits right here. It means there's an inconsistent change that isn't enforced throughout the process. It's not the same as a standard conflict. And you don't really have to worry about it in this case, but what it's essentially saying is in the vanilla game, there's a chance that things like the handmade guns and stuff will show up with having a chance of not showing up. Whereas with the P99 mod, it says, okay, there's 0 chance of that not happening, means those items have a great chance of showing up in that list as well. But since they've zeroed it out for their weapons, well, it gives them essentially an even footing again. But that's why that's red. It's not a huge deal. And that's pretty much it. You can hit Control S to save your changes, and it'll ask you, okay, these are mods that have changes that have made in them. Do you want to save them for sure? You say yes. Okay. And it gives you the information, the acknowledgement that it is done. Or, let's say that I had actually not done that and I want to change something. Okay. You can also just close the window and it'll say, okay, these mods have changes in them. Go ahead and make the changes, and you say, okay. And that's all there is to that. So, happy hunting, have fun, and good luck. If there's any other questions, feel free to ask in any forums or send me a private message on Nexus or YouTube or whatever. And I think next tutorial will be how to update body references in BodySlide for models that don't have specific sliders. I know there's a lot of requests for that, and it's a skill that I've found invaluable and use all the time, so hopefully that will be useful to someone else as well. Enjoy!